Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the notices. This week's Gospel reading is, of course, the parable of the sower. So behind me you can see a few bean plants bravely fending off the slugs. Strange how slugs don't get mentioned in the parable, but no shortage of them in the vicarage garden. Big thing this week for the notices is, of course, the fact that the Minster is reopening for corporate worship. Beginning on Thursday the 16th at 10 o'clock, there'll be a service of prayer book Holy Communion. And next Sunday at 10:30, there will be a service of said Holy Communion. These services won't quite be as they were before the lockdown, and it's as well for folk to be aware that there will be a number of restrictions in place to make sure we're compliant with all the government guidelines. So, for example, we have to set a limit on the capacity of the Minster to ensure social distancing, which limits the numbers we can allow in the building to 54. And that shouldn't be a problem with the Thursday service, but with the Sunday one, it means we have got a booking system in place. If you have online access, you can book a place or places through Eventbrite, and there's a link on the Minster website. If you don't have online access, then you can phone Chris Bull, the parish secretary, whose number is 07957 101 699. Alternatively, call the parish centre number and you'll hear a recorded message with the mobile number on that. And Chris can book a place for you. In order to provide contact details for the NHS in the event of there being a need for track and trace, we will need to check off people attending either against a checklist from the Eventbrite booking sheet, or alternatively by asking folk to provide a name and phone number at the door. Because of the need for social distancing, folk will need to be shown to a place, so please don't be disappointed if you can't sit in your normal seat, but stewards will show you to your places. Family groups in household bubbles can, of course, sit together, but otherwise we need to make sure that folk are properly spaced. Communion itself will be slightly different because we won't be sharing a common cup and we won't be coming up to receive communion, but instead the priest will come to folk in their seats and distribute the bread to you where you're sitting. There'll also be a one-way system through the Minster, and so on and so on. You get the idea. It's not going to be exactly as it was before the lockdown, but please bear with us. All of these arrangements are in place to minimise risk and to keep everybody safe. And the great thing is that we're able to join together in worshipping God together again. So we'll look forward to that. On a sad note, the arrangements for Evelyn Wise's funeral are coming into place. Again, we have to make all of this compliant with the COVID-19 restrictions, which places a limit on funerals of only 30. Why that limit is different from the limit for Sunday worship, I really can't tell you, but that's the situation. A limit has been imposed from on high, and we're just having to manage that. At the moment, I can't give you details other than to say the funeral will be on Tuesday, the 21st of July. That's a week on Tuesday at 2:30. And we're going to have to think about how we manage the numbers. Obviously, there are certain family members and close friends, and after that, there may well have to be some sort of booking system. But we'll give you details of that next weekend and keep the website updated. Other than that, I think the only thing to say is that now we are getting back into the Minster, I can do the notices from in there. So I'm afraid, sadly, this is the last set of notices exposing dark corners of the vicarage and its garden. So thank you for joining with me over these last months, and I hope to see you in due course back in the Minster. Bye-bye for now.